Now, I just want to preface with this before we listen to the music. This title has nothing to do, nothing at all, with what's going on in the world at this very moment. All the stuff that's come out the past couple of days, and it's kind of freaky, man. I'm not gonna lie. You go through that stuff that they've released, and it's just like, I knew it. Clones and everything, bro. It's insane. Whatever. Hi, guys. Welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. Bam. Yes, I know I am. And we are back with another Patreon request from our patron Moz. Thank you for your support, Moz. I truly appreciate you. Seriously. We're doing something related to some of her other requests, which is the specials. And they're very fun. I enjoy the hell out of the specials. This is Fun Boy 3? Is that what it is? Hold on. I'm so bad with names. What is it? Yep, Fun Boy 3. The Lunatics have taken over the Asylum. But in reality, the Lunatics have always been in charge of the Asylum. We just live here, us normal folk. So I don't know. I'm. You guys know I'm kind of a nut. You know what I mean? So I've known about all this stuff for years, and like it's just vindicating to see like all this sort of truth come out about it. And it's just like, I told you, shit's weird. All of them are weird. But let's listen to some music and escape our current situation. Fun Boy 3. The Lunatics have taken over the Asylum. Don't forget to leave a like. It really helps. 3, 2, 1, go. In the corner. Bro, come on, no way. I promise I did not watch this beforehand. Scouts on it.
Go nuclear, the cowboy told us. And who am I to disagree? Madman flicks a switch.
What a shot.
The nuclear will go for me.
That baritone is insane. It's like a more mellow The Specials.
I just cannot see the point.
Minus some of the instrumentals.
Cause there's so much food here today that no one wants to take away.
This video is nuts. Trying to tell us something. A random geisha at the end. Oh man. Yeah, that is way too apt. I mean, it's not even like it's prescient. I mean, this kind of stuff has been going on for frickin' ever, probably since the dawn of man. There's been evil in high places. You know what I mean? Corruption afoot. That's what we do. This is what we do when, absolute power corrupts absolutely, It's just, I don't know. I've been really thinking about it a lot, and it's, because I got kids, and it's just like, I can't even imagine, bro. And they're telegraphing so much stuff here, especially with, like, the lyrics. I'm guessing this is, like, what, mid-'80s, early 80s, if that, maybe? I don't know. It's got, like, this sort of, like, island vibe, which I really dig. I love the vocals. Whoever was doing the baritone, I'm guessing, oh my goodness, like his voice sounded like gravel. Like it was literally just like rumbling from his throat. It was crazy. And the harmonies are very interesting, but the lead singer, he has a very 80s, like, Tears for Fears. I always use Tears for Fears as an example for the 80s. That's so bad. I should say Ultravox or something. I don't know. But at the same time, like, it's got this sort of, like, maybe The Cure, or I don't know what the band is, but like it's got this sort of more introspective, almost darker sort of vibe to it compared to the special stuff that I've heard, which is all very positive and happy, except for I think that one song. So it's interesting to hear them kind of tackle the other side, you know what I'm saying? Something that's very brooding and serious at points, It still has a vibe to it, though, that's sort of like you can move your head and groove to it, but with like what they're saying and the sort of tempo and measure of the song, like it's very dark, you know what I mean? Like, and it's telling us the truth. Usually the truth is pretty dark. The lies are what's light, you know what I mean? Like, it's very like, that's what you want to hear, that's what you're looking for, is like something like that, stuff that you want to hear, the truth is what you don't want to hear. And it's rough. I was born into a very interesting generation, being born in the early 90s and growing up with the culture that I did. And then we get to where we are now. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I've always lived in, like, this dark dystopia when you look back at it. Like, even when I was a kid, when there was just, like, the war in, the Middle East and stuff like that. I think it was, Iraq and Afghanistan. Even before that, my dad, like, was a part of Desert Storm and stuff like that, So it's funny. He served from the Korean... Oh, no. My grandpa was in the Korean War, in World War II. My dad was in Desert Storm, and he was in Grenada? One of those. I don't know. But, like, I have a very... My family... My adopted family is, like, very militaristic, history. Not in a bad way. My grandfather was a Master Chief in the Navy, man, and people knew him everywhere he went. It was crazy. He was into some other stuff, too, but we're not going to talk about that. So I've always just had this feeling that, like, this country that I live in, it's not what it says it is. It's a facade. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, this facade of freedom, and, they allow certain freedoms, and, of course, there's stuff that's... they fought tooth and nail to try and take away, but it's still there because of, thankfully, our Constitution that was written so long ago, So it's, I don't know, man, like, and it's not even governments. It's not just the governments. It's corporations. It's the biggest. It's the corporation. If you really look into it, you'll find out there's only one corporation. They're all owned by each other. It's insane. If you look at someone made a graph of, like, the stocks and who owns, like, the biggest companies. You think Walmart. Who owns Walmart? There's going to be a company that owns Walmart, and then there's, I don't know if I can say their names, BlackRock and State Street, stuff like that, They own everything. And then if you look into, the stocks and who owns that, they all own each other. It's just a house of cards, bro. And that's why when one big bad thing happens to that sector or that part of the world, or you know what I mean, everything starts crumbling around it because we've built this house of cards on top of this lie, which is what we have as our current system, and there's no way to, like, really vote your way out of what we have. Like, the Lunatics are literally running the asylum, and they have been for a very long time. It's not a party thing, it's not a sides thing. They made all that up to divide people so we don't realize what's really going on and see who the true target of our aggression and our ire should be. Not each other. Like, we're literally in the same spot. We're just arguing from different sides of the field, which is stupid. We're all in the same field. We gotta play the game and get these motherfuckers out of here, bro. And I'm not one to really, like, talk like this, but man, It's bad. It's real bad. Like, and it's stuff that I've known about, and then there's stuff I didn't know about. And I've been a conspiracy nut my entire life. And reading these emails, it completely is like, duh, I told you that 10 years ago, you know? And it's just, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And sorry to like not talk about the music, but it's kind of like a pressing moment, you know, in the time that I'm recording this, and it's funny how the songs line up, Moz. Like, it really is. That was a great pick, you know? I would say the vocals and just like the overall feel of the song, I loved it. I loved how serious they took it, but it still had that nice little melody in there that's like, you know, kind of going. It's sort of like alien sounding, but it really fits the mood and the vibe of the song. And the lead singer who did all the lyrics, he just has a very interesting aura about him. You know what I mean? Like, you can just, and the shots in the video with the branches or the leaves or whatever sort of blocking his face, and there was different of him hiding behind the bushes. Yeah, that's like symbolism right there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of symbolism in this video, and that's what it is. It's not the people you think it is that run everything. Those are the faces. Those are the people they want you to think are running things. But in reality, it's names you've never heard of and faces you've never seen, and you probably never will. Just directing and conducting from the shadows. They're playing their orchestra, but all we see is the orchestra. We're the audience. The world's a stage. We see all this stuff happening, and there's like a show going on, or an orchestra. It's a good example, but the conductor, you'll never see the conductor. The conductor, only they can see him, and they talk to him through weird channels and stuff like that, and they know what to play. They all play the same fucking tune, no matter what country you go to in this world, it seems like, and it's crazy, man. It really is. And there's nothing we could really do about it, sans, you know, going medieval, you know what I mean? But even then, they were just controlled peasants like we are. We just have more screens now, as I always say. Nothing's really changed. We just have more screens, more technology that we don't really need. You know what I mean? Like, it's just nonsense. It's Idiocracy. If you've ever seen that movie, that's what we're slowly creeping into. And also 1984, Animal Farm, you know, Orwell. I saw this comment on YouTube. It was like, you know, Orwell was supposed to be a fictional story, you know, all the stuff he wrote, not a blueprint. And if you look at a lot of countries in the world right now, damn, that stuff is coming true by the minute. Not even the day, by the minutes. Man. Sorry if I'm off topic today. I just feel like I had to share this. But, you know, it's just stuff that we probably already knew deep down. Stuff that we'd heard. We just dismissed it. Like, I don't, you know, whatever. That's not true. But then you think about it, and it's like, huh, I guess that makes sense. And, man, it's just all coming out now. And it's just scratching the surface, probably. It's, you know, it's here. I'm going to change the analogy. It's not the inmates running the asylum. They want you to think the inmates are running the asylum, but the people that run it are not, they're not insane. They're very evil. They're very greedy. But they're not morons. They're not insane people. No. Not at all. Because it's not hard to run all this. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not easy to run all this. They'd have to be somewhat smart. Or just maybe they're rich. Maybe they got power. Maybe they had a family line that just went back farther and farther than you could ever imagine. And they've just always ruled over us peasants. It's like the biggest, what's the word, monarchy in a way, you know, or something like that. It's just always been. And it's sad to say. And there's no way to get out of it. We just got to ride the ride, you know what I mean? We're already on the coaster. We just got to keep going and see where it ends, because wherever it ends, we're going to end. And I have a feeling there's going to be a big thing that's going to happen soon, just to sort of distract everybody from this, because there's too much truth coming out now, and they can't have that. They really can't. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, sorry, Moms, for hijacking the request. I just felt it fit with the song title. So that all works out. And I didn't even like pick this for today or anything like that. I just was scrolling through the requests. I was like, you know, I'll do Maz's, and I saw what it was. And I was like, no way. And then I watched the video, and it's like, holy shit, it's exactly what I'm talking about in a way. And that's just what it is. Sorry if I talked a bunch of this video, and if you're even still watching at this point, I thank you. I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like and comment, please. It really helps. But seriously, you know, I just kind of had to fill the air there. It was a short song. Not much really to go off of other than the vibe and the voices and the melody. But other than that, like, that was a fun song. But it's also very dark, and it has a lot of symbolism and meaning in it. But it sounds good. That's all you can ask for. Makes you think. Makes you talk. Makes you discuss things. That's what music should do. It's art. Art always should make you question everything. That's what you gotta do these days. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.